Everyone, I thought today I would do one of my slightly different videos and try and answer the question that a lot of us have, which is what is the best glue to attach all of our embellishments to our bows? So what works best for plastic, what works best for clay, and what works best for the ones with the metallic effects. So let me just grab one of my little embellishment boxes. As you can see, I have quite a variety of different things. So these are my favourite kind of ones. These are just basically felt kind of embellishments. You can stick these on with any standard glue gun. I have a multi-temperature one, so I have 160 watts. So like I said, that works on all of these kind of ones, and these little thinner padded ones. And felties. Felties are another great one that will stick with your glue gun, no problems whatsoever. Now the ones that are tricky are these plastic ones and our metallic ones, because everyone goes, oh, get the Gorilla Glue with the green lid, get the Gorilla Glue with the yellow lid with the brush, use Gemstone glue, use E600, use B7000, but which one actually works best? Because I had one of my research trips into this, and every single one of them is actually for a different specialist. It's a different specialist type of glue. So if you look at the green one, it says that it bonds certain things. It's not actually meant for plastics and something else. So it was basically the resin type ones. So these ones are new plastic based ones. The green top one is apparently not great for them, but it is good for metallic ones. And the yellow one, again, that's meant to be good for plastics, but not great for metallics. And the E600 and the B7000 are supposedly good for attaching everything for fabric, but that's not always necessarily true. And the gem ones, like I said, it's meant to be great for any of these pearls or gem based projects, but again, I haven't personally tested this one. This is the first time I've actually used this, so we shall see how good it actually holds up. And what I've done is these are all attached to 2-inch ribbon, and I have attached the ribbon with double-sided tape to my paper, and I've glued all of the different things. So the half pearl plastic ones, which was obviously the resins, I've put what glue I used to attach them to. So the first one is B7000, E600, Gorilla Glue yellow, Gorilla Glue green, Gemstone, my glue gun on 100 temperature, my glue gun on 60, and I've done exactly the same principle for some clay pieces which I baked myself. I had some old Fimo from when I used to craft. It's in here at the moment. So like I said, I had some Fimo books, so I made some and I baked my own, and I tried to make them all sort of similar sizes and thickness for the experiment. And then obviously I had a selection of these. I had quite a few of these ones, so I thought the worst that can happen is if I manage to pull them off, I can reuse them on another project. So I thought, for the sake of this experiment, let's go. So what I'm going to try and do, and this is the first time I've done this, I've not done any testing, I've literally glued them and I've left them for a week, because I thought to myself, I want to make sure, say a person's got the bows, they put them to one side for a birthday present, they give them to the kids a week later, so sort of thing. That would be the kind of most common thing that most people would do. So if we just push a bit on the sides on all styles, you can hear my desk creaking, but these aren't. Oh, the E6000, 600 on the clay has come straight off, and I wasn't actually using, and it's almost coming up with the B7000. I can hear it lifting, and I'm putting a bit of force, but not masses. Let's try and gem. No movement. Glue gun, nothing on 100, nothing on 60. Straight off on that one, on the yellow topped Gorilla Glue. E6000's got some movement. B7000 on. Gemstone, a little bit of movement. And a little bit of movement on the glue gun 60 temperature. So let's pretend that I'm a really destructive child now, and if you've got someone like my niece Evie or Elizabeth, Evie is known as Destructo. She will literally take a bow, so say this had a clay on it, she would literally take it, rip it out of her hair. So if it was attached to her hair like this, she would literally grab it out of her head, rip it out of her hair, and then pull on it like this and literally rip the clay off. So with that kind of force that I know she's capable of, let's try and rip them off, and we'll do them in order so we know which one it is. So if I was a destructive child trying to rip this off, the B7000 doesn't hold up. The E600 does to some extent, but it does lift a bit. And I am trying to get around the edges, as you can see. There you go. Yellow top and the green top was already coming loose. So the best one on that one is the E600. So let's lift this one off the page. And we'll try this one. And the first one is the Gemstone glue. No, that's straight up. It's even got the residue. Glue gun 100, straight off. And the glue gun 60, didn't even attempt. So on the clays, we already know that the E600 definitely doesn't work for that one at all. So lift this one up. So B7000, straight off. Green top, sorry, yellow top. Oh, green top Gorilla Glue seems to be best for clays. So it's E6000 for resins, and at the minute, Gorilla Glue green top for clays. So I'm going to circle the one that I think works best for these different materials. So Gemstone again. Oh, no, that's okay. That would be my second choice for clays. But it still managed to lift in the end. And both the glue guns came straight off. So we know the yellow's already gone on that one. So let's lift these up and let's see what works best for our metallics. Because I was very right in thinking that no one glue was going to be the right fit for everything. So B7000, straight off on metallics. Same with E6000 and yellow top glue. So let's hold out for the Gemstone because and that's the best of all of them. That would be the closest, because that was a struggle to get that up on the Gemstone, but it still managed it. And obviously the glue guns are coming straight off. So it looks like metallic versions, we still need to find a glue that works for that particular one 100% of the time. I would say the Gemstone is probably your best bet on that particular style, but like I said, we could still do some guesswork. So I'm going to put my results below in the description box, and if you want to ever see any more of these experiments, pop across to my Facebook group, give me some suggestions. I'm always willing to try things for you. Like I said, I even made little clay skirt circles for this one. So in my personal opinion, the E600, this one works best for resins. Okay, the green top Gorilla Glue works best for clays. And for the metallics, like I said, nothing is amazing, but the Gemstone glue does seem to do the best. But it is surprising that the Gemstone didn't do better on the resins, in my opinion, but it was the next second best after the E600, in my opinion. So, and the same with the clays, the Gemstone glue was the closest one. So overall, the Gemstone sort of won out on this. Your E600s tend to be about, these can cost about $11.99 a bottle. Like I said, they are good for more than just your clays though. They are good for gluing fabrics together and things like that, and they don't mark or stain the fabrics. So like I said, they are good for that. But it does say you need 24 hours to cure. So like I said, if you do put these things on, you do need to put them somewhere where it's sat where you want it, so it can be set. So like I said, if we do that, obviously you've got a better chance of it actually setting. And like I said, read all of your instructions, because like I said, it says you shouldn't use it between certain temperatures. So if you're in a hot climate, like I said, it's not going to bond as well in certain environments and things like that. And it's the same with each one of these. They've all got different directions. Like I said, this one you meant to shake well before or use it. So if you're not shaking it and you're putting it on, you're sort of not doing everything that the formula needs to be the best it's able to be. It's the same with this green one. It had a label. You meant to shake the green one well, the Gorilla Glue, before use on every one. And the other one with this one, because it has the brush, it has this one which is the top, and you can dot that down. But it also has the brush here. Now the thing is, if you're a fiddler like me, you can be sat with your glue like this, and you could be accidentally unsealing this top bit of your lid. If you unseal that, what happens is your glue sort of, it forms together and crystallizes, so you could potentially waste all of your glue from a 2-second twist while you're fiddling. So always make sure when you're doing these, especially the super glue based ones, make sure all parts of your lids, especially the ones with the split ones like this, that you're 100% tightening that to stop it from crystallizing and wasting it, because like I said, these tend to range between £6 to £9. Same with the green ones. Like I said, you can get them anywhere between £4 to £10 depending on where you get them for and whether or not there's any sort of promotions on at the time. I tend to wait until Hobbycraft has a deal on their glue section, and they go from sort of being about £8 to about £4.50 to £5, and that's just in the UK. I'm sure it's slightly different elsewhere. And I do believe the Gemstone glue cost me about £4, but I can't remember 100%. And where's my B7000? A B7000 cost me about £3-4 to buy. So like I said, they are all good glues, but like I said, it is best doing these kind of experiments yourself and working out what's best for you. Now, if I wasn't a destructive child, I do think some of these would have held up a little bit better. The Gorilla top glues were coming out better than some of the others. But I also know people that swear by the E6000 and, sorry, the B7000 and the E600. People swear by them and say that they have never ever shifted anything before. So it sometimes depends on the children that your bows are being given to. And it's always best to put some sort of warning label on your bows and saying that they need to, if they've got specialist clays on especially, if you've got a super fancy clay, so you've got something like this little mermaid girl. Now, I would let I've got twin nieces, I've got 3. There's Ella, Elizabeth and Evie. Elizabeth and Ella are twins and Evie is slightly younger. They're 5, the twins are 5 and Evie's 4. Now, Evie, I would never give a bow with a clay or a resin, because as you saw, if I was comparing a child that was being a bit rough-handed and destructive, Eve would be classed as that. The other type of child I wouldn't give a bow with a clay to is like my niece, Lizzie. She's a curious child. So basically, if I gave her this bow, say, and it's got this metallic embellishment on. Now, if I gave this to Ella, she'd be like, Auntie Cat, I want to look like Belle today. Put my hair up in a half ponytail and I'm going to look like Princess Belle. And she'd put this in all day and she would wait until you take the bow out and put it in a little box and be like, I've got a new Princess bow, Auntie Cat. Now, if that was Lizzie, she'd be like, ooh, shiny. And literally try and take that gem off and put it somewhere because she's curious. She's like, what's that bow there, Cat? Why is that there, such and such? Can I have a look at this bit? Can I try and make one, Cat? And it's just like, that's a difference in level of like what kind of bow suits children. So like I said, it is interesting to find out from your customers what kind of bows, what kind of children that you're actually working for sometimes, because like I said, the mums sort of go, well, I want a pretty bow for my daughter. Sometimes a more basic one actually suits the ages because they're less likely to do things like that. But like I said, these ones again, Lizzie, if she's got a clay like this, the first thing she does, and some of them, they're built where the heads have got the metal rods in and you can twist them. And she would literally try and peel it off and turn it till the head twists round. And then she'll be like, oh, I wonder what that shell bit is like there, and then snap the shell bit off, and before you know, you've got a clay in pieces and you've got a mum going, well, my daughter broke the bow. So like I said, do ask about ages and things like that when you're making, because like I said, it can save you sort of heartache and potential damages in the future. And like I said, I always find that it does help knowing a little bit about the child when you're building things for them, especially custom bows. But like I said, that's just my opinion. Like I said, feel free to do this kind of experiment yourself and see what you think works best for you. Like I said, different things, sometimes if you have a slightly different technique, it can help a little bit. If you've got any suggestions yourself, feel free to come and speak to me in the group or pop it down below in the comments. I'm always interested to hear other people's thoughts, and hopefully you found this useful. Thanks for watching. Bye!